Schools in South Africa are looking to enrich learning by introducing technology and Wi-Fi to the classroom. Now, we recently heard that some schools in South Africa are looking to go completely paperless. Joining me on Skype is Anton Jacobs from Networks Unlimited. He's going to be letting us know how we can protect our students when it comes to installing Wi-Fi in schools. Now, Anton, what kind of information is on a school's network that makes them vulnerable?
I think there's, in today's world where the schools are moving across to digital format, there's obviously a lot of information that is also in terms of exams, either the questions, people's results, application forms, the storage of confidential information around either applications for schools, student information that if got into the wrong hands, obviously could lead to cyberbullying or bullying on the playground. A number of opportunities for people both inside and outside the school to take advantage of if that information gets into the wrong hands.
Now, I know that schools that do have Wi-Fi, or schools with any kind of computer system, they have IT administrators and their own IT systems. Why isn't that enough?
The challenge is that traditionally most schools have been in a cabled environment or a networking environment. You have a fixed station or PCs that have set up according to a template in the way that they add these users to the environment, and there's prepared and managed security. What's happening today is some schools have policies that govern the way that laptops are purchased by students and actually, again, put into or onto the network from a template perspective. But there's a lot of opportunity for students to use their own products or their own handheld devices, tablets or PCs. And a process of onboarding needs to be maintained and managed because the information that they have access to may only be, for example, posting your homework. But if the person has a fairly advanced knowledge of the network environment and how to access certain information, if policies and procedures are not put in place in terms of who the school is onboarding, what permissions they have, what information they can access, and how they actually get that access, obviously it creates opportunities for people to get information they shouldn't.
Now, are all of these things that schools are considering in your experience? Schools who are looking at installing Wi-Fi, are they looking at these things, or is it something that they need to be educated on?
I think it's a combination of both. So in the environment where schools have been using IT as part of their educational process, you'll find that there may be an IT administrator or there may be the teacher who does the IT classes has been given the role of IT administrator, and to some extent they're quite advanced and they may have these policies and procedures in place. And there may be schools who are just so thankful to get wireless and laptops and an IT infrastructure implemented that they start using before they actually start planning and implementing precautions in terms of what information is made available. So I think it's a dual approach in terms of it's very important that individuals or schools actually take the process of implementing a network in parallel with the security systems they're going to implement and the ways that they manage onboarding and people that have that information accessible to them.
Now, I know that you've said that having Wi-Fi at a school is very much the same as having Wi-Fi at a business. Can you explain that to me?
Most definitely. I think the process of securing your information is the same as in business. There's information that's freely available to everybody, and there's information that's obviously restricted to certain individuals. And the same way a school needs to approach that. And security is not just the IT administrator's responsibility, it's the individuals using that infrastructure and environment as well. So it's very important that both a business and a user and a school will actually educate the users that implement certain processes and systems that obviously have a process in place that should something go wrong, how do they respond to that? And how do they then obviously fix the issues that are at hand and then ensure that it doesn't happen again. So yes, it's very important that you approach it at an educational level exactly the same as you do in the business.